they basically found that he hadn't defamed her, but that I think on one count they did, and so they awarded her 2 million, which was just kind of nothing. It was really clear that they didn't believe her. I don't know if you were following it, but she was on the stand for so long and she said so many things about him abusing her, and I guess they just didn't believe any of it. That's basically what it comes down to.
Mm-hmm. Well,
which I guess
I saw that her psychologist looked bad, like people were insulting her, right?
Like I said, on the stand, she said over and over that he had abused her like a lot, and I guess they just didn't believe any. I mean, what do you think? So do you think she's just like making all of it up? Do you think it's just she's that crazy?
I don't. I mean, I think she's, I guess, losing the PR battle on this, but I don't know. I don't feel like you go through all this one unless there's. I mean, she has a career. I mean, her career was.
I don't think she does anymore.
Well, I know. I mean, all you could do is hurt your career at this point, unless maybe she's doing this because he was going to do things to fuck up her career. I have no idea.
No, I think he had brought the suit, I think, in England, and he had lost, and so he brought it here. Actually, I thought it was dumb when he first was doing it, but now I think it was a good idea because people need like an official designation, like when it's kind of like, well, like a court said that she did it. And it's like, okay, well, I guess she did it, even though it's probably not. Who knows how accurate that is.
Even like when OJ got off, people were like, well, the court acquitted him. So a lot of people obviously still believe he was guilty, but a lot of people said they hid behind that.
Yeah. That's true. But this one, yeah, this definitely helps him a lot. But it is funny. I guess he really is a beloved icon, and she really is hated. She's really hated, and she's in Aquaman 2, but I almost guarantee they're going to cut her out of it completely. And
well, I saw there's a petition to get her out of the movie. Which is it's kind of.
I don't know how does that work. Like, so what? How that just means it'll kind of sway them a little bit, like.
No, so I guess her scenes are filmed already. So if they replace her. I heard they're going to replace her with Christopher Plummer. They're going to just put him in the scene.
Finally. Yeah, see, I get that joke. I remember I made that joke a few years ago, like on stage about someone, and like people were like, what are you talking about? Because I said, I just got Thriller and it's not that good because it's just Christopher Plummer singing.
Yeah, that one you have to think about a little bit to get to that one. Yeah,
which is great for the comedy audience if they really like to think.
Yeah,
you find that fast, especially especially nowadays. I feel like comedy audiences have gotten a lot stupider, and not all of them, but a lot. Because a lot of them are just like people off the street, so they're not like very sophisticated people. So you don't want jokes where you're like, oh, I thought about it. It's funny. Yeah.
What do we learn about Johnny Depp and Amber Heard?
That they're both narcissists, and I think this is really going to help him. I think that, his career had kind of like fallen off a lot actually, which I hadn't really noticed, and that was the whole point that he brought this, was to kind of like repair his image in the public eye. And this, I think, this has actually helped him greatly. This whole thing has been like a good publicity, positive publicity for him, and terrible for her. So and I mean, if she really did do that, I mean, that's fucking, he deserves that. Like, that's fucking crazy that, like, and then what about this whole thing? Everyone always says, believe all women. Like, this is a perfect example of like, I don't know, like some people lie. It's just like,
well, some women were saying this was bad for their movement, this kind of thing, because it kind of sets them back a little bit. But it's not really fair. Just because one woman lies doesn't mean they all lie, just as you can't believe all women, really. So
it's just like on such a grand scale, like this had so much attention, a lot more attention I think people were expecting it to. But I predict that he's gonna have some high profile project coming up soon he hasn't had that in a while.
Pirates 6, baby.
No, I think that's out, but I think someone will hire him, right? Like you can kind of feel it. It's kind of like it's like vindication for him.
Gilbert Grape 2.
Yeah, we've all been waiting for that. That would be great. Yeah, if Leonardo DiCaprio came back. They should. Why don't they do that? Why don't they ever make sequels to movies that they just shouldn't naturally have sequels?
Schindler's List 2.
What's Eating Gilbert Grape 2? Maverick. don't do that anymore. Would that be not considered like politically correct now? I don't think you can get away with having just someone pretend they're retarded in the. I know you're not supposed to say that, but
No, but you're actually
in the
supposed to.
movie,
You're supposed to get if you're going to do it. You have the person has to be.
has to have mental.
Yeah, that's the only way you're going to go. I mean,
Yeah,
that was kind of
then,
funny in that Tropic Thunder where that was actually might have been the phone where he pretends that he's the retarded person. And now people are pissing on that movie a little bit because of those scenes, but he was making fun of that. That was the whole point, that he was making
that
fun
was
of.
like the end of that era. That was, I feel like that was the unofficial end of being able to do something like that. So
I think it was a real parody of that movie Radio, which I saw a bit of recently. That might have destroyed Cuba's career. That was like
I think it unofficially did, but that's really funny. I just looked him up today. I don't know why. I don't know, somehow I think I was listening to a podcast where they mentioned him, and I remembered, I was like, oh yeah, I think he got in trouble. I wonder what happened. That guy really got fucking ruined. That rape thing like ruined him.
Oh, that's now. I'm just talking about it after he won the Oscar, his career never.
Yeah. Well, no, I mean, no, he became the joke for a while. Yeah. You have to get someone who's really mentally challenged. And so Hollywood's answer to that was like, yeah, we just won't do it anymore. like you have to give parts to someone who's mentally, yeah, we're just not going to do it. Yeah. If just a regular person can't do it, we're just not going to do it anymore. Like, oh, cool. That's a nice solution.